Welcome back to the Astrolyszics channel, and you know what time it is. It is a pick a card for the new moon. And my last few videos have been low, so I hope that you can hear me. Please put on the captions if you can't hear me. And I got a little fan, so you might hear my fan. But anyway, we have a new moon in Gemini. There are 5 to 6 planets. I think it will be June 6th where we have 6 planets in Gemini. And so you may be feeling a little frazzled, a little all over the place if you're not used to all of this air energy. It might feel a little Mercury retrograde for you, depending on the health of, where Mercury is in your chart, as well as how Gemini is in relationship to that. Hella communication. You might be, your phone may have been dry, and now all of a sudden everybody ringing your line, hotline bling, even though, anyway. What else? Overall, the best thing, and I also saw this doubling down on Twitter, of like, this is the moon you want to write some shit down, do petitions, if you have those papers that you can literally plant and seeds come out of them, 10 out of 10 I recommend, especially for earth signs. What others? Writing something down and leaving it in your altar and having a conversation with your folks. But also just affirming, writing, and ongoingly affirming that these things will happen. We have the star, which just fell out when I was kind of shuffling. And so the star is a message on hope, literally the wish upon a star, right? This is your energy of re-finding hope. If you've lost it any kind of way, finding your way back. Really refocusing yourself. If you tend to spiral, which I have. And instead of getting lost in your thoughts, using your thoughts and re-navigating them back to what is possible. What if I fly? What if everything is possible? What if, shout out to the homies that told me this, like one of my friends told me this, of like, instead of being able to overthink about the negative things, my homie also does tarot readings, Experience J. If you find them on the social waves, holler at them. If you can spiral and overthink about negative stuff, what about doing so for the positive, right? Like, oh, this could all be bad, and then what if you just refocused on the positive? So, I have had the deck sitting on selenite, which is a cleansing stone. And so we're going to cleanse the space, cleanse your space. We're removing any negative vibes. All right. Call your energy back, especially with all this damn energy in Gemini. The waves, the communication waves are open. So make sure you have boundaries around those things if you feel frazzled. And we are clearing out the space to see what seeds we can plant under this new moon. And you may have already been planting them. Maybe it just needs a little bit of watering. Maybe it needs remembering. Maybe we got the Fool in reverse. So Gemini is really good about being a little bit more social than usual, being able to see the beauty in taking a leap without even knowing if you can fly. So, and Gemini also rules not only the hands, but butterflies. So that's why my cover looks the way that it does. And so let's get into it. So that's what the Fool is. The Fool is taking a step before you know where the road will lead you. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so that wanted to come out. Still shuffling. Popular demand. All right. So I'll put this here. Let's see how I make this happen. Got some special crystals today. And there's one from the last week, and this one I pulled from the top of the deck. All right, so I will give you a chance. It's super close, so let me move. All right, you see this one? This is crystal number 1, crystal number 2, and card 2, of course, and the Larimar. Let's put on the little cute side. So, let us begin. Move these out of the way. Wow. So Chalcedony this is Aura Chalcedony, which is so pretty and shiny. Chalcedony is for emotional well-being. So if you've been overwhelmed, if you've been struggling, if you've been just kind of going through it, Chalcedony comes in and kind of helps neutralize things. The aura adds a little bit of just like gentle, nurturing energy to it, a little bit of playfulness. And then we have the sun. And I mean, I don't even feel, I'm gonna pull cards. I mean, listen, I ain't even shuffle this. If you've been worried about money, you don't gotta worry about that no more, right? Write down affirmation for you. Money knows where home is. Money loves me. It's looking for me. But it's also a frequency that I am in alignment with. The sun is the best deck in the card. After the rain comes the sun, right? There's some clouds here. Things may have been tough, but it won't be tough no more. And I need you to be able to receive the warmth of the sun, to be able to just rejoice in the good days that your harvest is coming. You have put in the work. Things may have been hard. Things may have been imperfect. Things may have been like, child, I don't know when my days of joy will come. I think of the song, Pronto llegará el día de mi suerte. Let me try to translate that. Soon will come the days of my luck. I know that my luck will change, basically, is how it goes. And it's like, this is the time. You have done the heavy lifting holistically. And now is the time for you to put some money away, spend some time. That's also like a family tree. Spend some time with your friends, your chosen family. Celebrate. Don't go too crazy, right? But have a little bit of fun. Life can't be all work, always healing, always changing something, always doing something, always, like, allow joy to become a part of who you are on a day-to-day basis, because it's here. Find the playful version of you Find the expressive, creative, sensual, in your body, present moment you. As you are more in the finally, I am here, I am whole, I am celebrating, I am present, is when your harvest comes in. And so I don't think it gets any clearer than that, homies. That is card number 1, and I hope the energy continues. And congratulations, right? You have graduated if you have been struggling from, what they like to call dark night of the soul, where you working on that shadow energy. So literally, the ships are coming in and bringing goodies and blessings, okay? So, on to the next card. We're moving and grooving right along. Let me put this in my little pouch. So, we have, what do we have here? We have a High Priestess. And I'm loving these card and crystal combinations. So this is Azurite. It's a tiny piece of Azurite, but it's nice and shiny on the inside if you can see it and appreciate it. It's one of my favorite cards. I have like a big old piece. And I have a few pieces in the shop. But I have this big old piece here, little piece. Anyway, I'm like getting backwards. But anyway, I say Azurite with the High Priestess is perfect because Azurite is literally the third eye. It connects with your intuitive self, your majestic self, your just like the inner mystic that you are. And so that is the High Priestess, right? Like the High Priestess is who you go to for guidance. The fact that it came up is you are the go-to for guidance. You don't have to look anywhere else for clarity. You know what the truths are. You just got to follow your internal compass. Stop looking at 10 million other tarot readers, right? Once you know something, follow it. You don't need proof. You don't need 10 people to be like, yeah, the High Priestess does their own thing. They're focused on their rituals. They're focused on their magic. They're focused on what they got going on. Not necessarily needing external validation. It's you need internal validation. You are already powerful enough. And that's also, do you see that Gemini card in there? So, and there's a sun on her head. If you have been wondering about a practice to start, if you have been wondering about deepening spiritually, if you want to connect with your spirit team, what have you, yes. Period. If you feel like you want to be a High Priestess as service, as this is your way of life of gaining abundance, like get very clear about your intention behind it and go and keep that energy. But know that like how my friend Lady the Emerald says, you are the first altar. Period. Everything else is extra. Everything else is complementary. Everything else is supplemental. And so, of course, I'm also multitasking, so my bad. But you're ready. And if you want to deepen, do the thing. Also, the other thing that I would say is there's a couple of different gems here. And so if you want like a curated something to begin your journey, shameless plug, I do those kind of things. Like if you're about to start a transition and into deepening your spiritual practice, holla at me, right? But your soul knows what you need. Take time to sit in silence and listen. If you've ignored your altar, go sit at the altar. Talk to your spirit team. Talk to the sky, the universe, God, whomever. They're ready to listen. I didn't even pull a card, y'all. And so, the other thing about being a high priestess is it can be a lonely road or feel like it in the human experience, but you are never alone. And as life shows up for you, you're so much more powerful than you know. And I need you to act accordingly. Act like you got ancestors. And a whole bunch of cards came out. You don't have to go about it alone, okay? You don't have to go about it alone. Because the moment you ask for what you need, they will take care of their little baby, okay? The moment you do, the moment you really humble yourself and sit at the feet of elders, altars, spirit, you're gonna get what you want. 6 of Cups. Literally getting your gifts, getting your inner child fed, making sure that your inner child is safe. Part of doing the healing work is connecting to that inner child. Point blank, period. Make sure you are nourishing yourself. And as the high priestess, any relationships of any kind that are one-sided will mess you up holistically. Do not play that game, okay? Make sure that you are receiving offerings, be it in equal relationship, be it in just equal energy exchange. Literally, Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. You pouring, they're pouring into you. And if not, they gotta go. Get that Queen of Wands energy and be like, no thank you. So this moon, do the ritual that calls to your spirit. If you need a spiritual bath, do a spiritual bath. If you want to collect all your crystals and put it under a full moon, do the thing. But maybe some alone time would be great for you. So be the mystical person that you are, y'all. All right. Last one, and this is Larimar. If you checked out my video last time, this is also there. And remember that the moons last around 28 days minimum, but I would also say until the next moon in the same sign. So whenever there's another full moon in Gemini. So we have the Death card. And so let's go into this. The Death card, it's in the reverse. Let's talk about Larimar first. So Larimar, and I feel like I gotta shuffle for this one. Larimar is only found in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic, which in itself, it makes it its own thing. Hold on. We're back. So, Larimar. Larimar is only found in Santo Domingo, which I'm just repeating. And there's something around the Lemurian connection, Atlantis. If you maybe need to be by the ocean for this new moon. Maybe not too late because it's dark and I don't know how your beaches are set up, but maybe during the day, being in the ocean. What is the time of the new moon? Hold on, let me check that. That's specifically for you. I have it in my calendar, so it won't take too long. So, period. If you can, and you chose this card, and you are by any kind of water, but preferably the ocean, or you will have a bath with salt water, salt in it, Epsom salt, do that. You might get some downloads during that time. You may need to dispel some of the icky energy that you have carried. There's residue. And it's like auric residue, which means just like energetic on your aura, on your soul body, on your energy body. Like, you may be physically clean, but your spirit is not. Maybe you need to refresh your altar table. Maybe there's some realizations that will happen for you in this new moon. You know what's not working for you, right? Properties of Larimar. The gentleness of the ocean, the cleansing and purification of the ocean, if you do get to be in some kind of water, speak your desires in the water. Tell what you want to release and what you want to receive. The Death card in reverse is basically giving you the understanding that you are holding on to something that is preventing you from moving forward. Because in the upright, death is literally just letting things, when you compost, when things that are natural and organic to the land fall into the land. And this, I'm probably also talking to somebody who saw my last video, and if you did not, I recommend seeing the full moon video where you release. The full moon is of releases. I discussed in the last video how winter, the leaves that are on the base of the tree that fell, provide nutrients. Dead things can provide nutrients to the environment that they are in. But if you hold on to things, then they decay. I know this is getting morbid, my bad. They decay, it goes bad, it's not useful anymore. Then it's just waste. And that can be a waste of your time, a waste of your emotional wellness. I am of a certain age, I ain't got time to waste. The idea of like my best years, if it hasn't been working, if it has felt difficult, if you've been waiting around for somebody to commit to you, if you've been at the same job and you haven't gotten a damn thing in return, wherever you feel that you are stagnant, and that could be you might be the stagnant energy. Well, you gotta go. You have to go. And against the current. Because you see how they're all going this way and they are going that way. It may be difficult, right? It may be new. It may be uncertainty that you invite by leaving this like very known thing, right? Sometimes it's like, oh, better the person that I know than a new person. And the whole time you're just misery. Get out of that. I wrote on Twitter an affirmation based on the way that I was affirmed today by the homies. And it's also on my Instagram, Astrolyszics. And let me go into it. Y'all got me working today. Oh wait, no, it's not on my Instagram. It's on my other Instagram. Just kidding. But it is on Twitter. Anyway, it says, you don't have to accept the crumbs of anything or anyone, including yourself. Invite blessings in. You have been doing the hard work and the struggle. That is not all we are here to do. Refocus your intention. What do you want for you? And move accordingly. It is a season to usher in the true, honest, deep-rooted desire. Regardless of the walls, the limitations, the whatevers, especially if you're a spiritual person, how dare you believe that you are worthy of less? Whoever told you, it's a lie. Period. 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 So, if you want more, make space for more. Maybe you have to physically move some things. Maybe you have to say no to some things. Maybe you have to say yes to some things. Say yes to yourself. Change your look. Whatever it is, there needs to be kind of like a sifting through your stuff, right? I've recently learned I just got a lot of stuff. And it's like, why am I holding on to all this stuff? And as I move things around, I feel the energy shift. If you got a big old pile of clothes somewhere that hasn't been washed, that's holding energy. If you have clutter, if you have mountains, little piles of things, it's stagnant energy that just keeps kind of just weighing you down. Change your location. Change where you are. Go outside. Be in the sun. Open the windows. Do a cleanse of your space. Shake some shit up. Okay? If you've been sad, go outside and sit in the sun a little bit. Right? Like, do little small things to get you moving out of this energy. Movement can still be a form of stillness. Maybe you need to throw that thing in a circle and remove some of the trauma and the suffering that we store in our hips. If you haven't thrown ass in a while, please do. It doesn't matter if you're on beat, off beat, it doesn't matter. Move and transmute the difficulties of life out of your body. It will make you sick. Because what comes in the morning, what comes in the future, before you even believe it, write a letter to yourself of what a joyful, fulfilling life looks like. Because that can be what comes in the mornings that follow. But first, release the dead weight. Leave. Because the moment you shift, you start getting a little offering. You start getting head nods from the universe. Okay? You can't redesign a house if you have hoarded and there's no space to redesign. If you can't walk through a space, Bag Lady. Go listen to Bag Lady. Period. I don't know why I'm telling you all that. Go listen to Bag Lady. If you gotta take time to yourself, take time to yourself. Bag Lady by Erykah Badu. I feel like my channel would know that, but just in case. Just in case. If people have been stingy with their emotions and your time, they gotta go. Be it that it's just distance, right? It doesn't mean you gotta cut off everybody, but if you must, do that. But also take some time for you to kind of just find your way back. So you got 2 songs, Erykah Badu, Bag Lady, and Find Your Way Back by Beyonce. And so I hope that this new moon gives you everything that you need. There is no other way but forward and in success. But you gotta speak life into that. You gotta believe that everything is working in your favor. And move accordingly, friends. So, happy new moon in Gemini, hella stellium, super stellium. And follow what turns your neurons on, right? Follow what makes you curious, what feels like an invitation. It doesn't always have to last forever, but if it came and it inspired, then maybe that's enough. Everything gives a little bit of something to us that we can keep. And so I will pass this little fluorite rose to you, and may you romance your life and have a little bit of fun. Get social if you want to, right? No pressure here. I'm an introvert. But get social. Have a little bit of fun. Don't take your life so seriously that you forget that you're living it. That's what you're here to do. Thank you, y'all. If any of this resonated, come back and let me know. Let me know what cards you chose in the comments. Tell a homie, share with a homie, and I will see you in the next moon.